All right. And I think I'm live on YouTube for the first time in about 5 years. But I'm doing this because every Monday I go live on my website, andyguitar.co.uk/live, 6 p.m. UK time. And I want to promote that. So this week I'm going live every day at 6 p.m. And we currently have one person watching live. But what I also want to do is go live on my website at the same time, but I'm just checking that YouTube's set up as well. I'm going to go live today for about 15-20 minutes to give you guys the vibe of this. I know I'm talking now to the people watching the rewatch, so hello, thank you very much for watching. If you want to watch the full 1 hour workshop of what you see today, it'll be at the links at the top of the description. Being well, just seen a couple of hearts come in, but please make sure that the comments. Oh, there we go. We've got 54 people watching live now. Please check that the comments are working. This is the first time going live in about 5 years for me on YouTube, so go easy on me. But I've not seen one. There we go. Amrit, we got Robert, we got Mark. Please know you can hear me okay, and that we got no tech issues. Oh, hello, guys. Thank you very much. As I've just been saying, 79 people watching live now. How exciting. This is my first time going live in about 5 years. So this is exciting. Hi from San Francisco. Amri says you helped me very much. Thank you very much for saying so. Greetings from Estonia. That's Andres. We got Darla here. Hello from Indonesia. Hi from Holland. Swift for Life. Hi from Wales. We've got Mark from Germany. Amrit's watching from India. Ain't YouTube crazy, man? But so 77 people watching live now. I'm going live every day this week at 6 p.m. UK time, so at this time every day on my website. And I'm going to be going live for about the next 15-20 minutes on here. So as soon as it's just gone past 6 p.m. here, 1 minute over, let's go live on my website, hopefully at the same time. And that should be that. Yeah, there we go. Make sure everything's working over there. Casting is working. Roll. I couldn't get this set up properly yesterday. My apologies. For those of you that missed yesterday's session, it was a really cool one on learning the fretboard. And what I was able to do, I didn't mean to screen share then at all. That's a total accident. There we go. That's just, I've clicked the wrong button. This is hilarious. What do I click there? Let me get back. There we go. Click the wrong button. Always fun. Was doing this sort of thing. So we can get, yesterday we were looking at the note circle. Let me put that somewhere sensible. Still haven't found a better way of doing that. But that's all good. And we were learning the fretboard, but we were not learning this. Anyone tried to learn this in the past? This is not how to learn the fretboard. Anyone that has learned the fretboard will tell you so. We don't want that. What we do want to learn is something more akin to this. Slightly different. You can see there's a few gaps in it. But what we looked at yesterday was a 10-step method to be able to get you to memorize that using various techniques. Some of you may spot that there's the cage system in there. That's the different colored parts. Some of you may spot some familiar chord shapes in there, triad shapes. Those of you that watch will notice the octaves. But what was most common was that people were pretty confident, or the late beginners, early intermediates were most common for this. This is where most people get to on their own. So the first 3 frets of the guitar, and then string 6, string 1, and a couple of others. String 6 is the same as string 1, so that's always a good one to keep in mind. Obviously, everyone knows the tuner notes. A great one that often people don't realize or don't use so much on their own, even though they know it, is that everything in the first, everything from 0 fret, so 0, 1, 2, 3, then repeats from the 12th fret, from the double dots where my lovely Faith F is. So that's what we looked at yesterday. That full live stream, we did that for about a solid 40 minutes. And that is currently live on the website. I'm doing an ebook for that as well, because people seem to find it so useful. But today is all about techniques. And we had a couple of questions come in as a pre-question. This was a cool one. So a featured question, I should say. The first one was a bit of clarification we had on yesterday's question about kind of directional picking. We had a question from someone, a member of my website, and someone on the Discord called Satiris. Satiris has been doing loads of songwriting and learning some really cool stuff, like at that early intermediate stage, but really doing stuff with it, filming himself playing, recording covers, trying to songwrite himself. He's really doing so much stuff. It's fantastic to see. His question was, he naturally picks, if he's doing a down, if he's moving down the fretboard, he naturally picks down with a downward motion. And then when he's moving up the strings, like physically from 1 to 6, he's picking with an up motion. So something like kind of like that. He's doing that quite naturally. And he wanted to ask, is that right? Because people keep telling me to do something called alternate picking. And that's what he'd seen from my lessons too. And I wanted to let him know that he's actually doing something pretty advanced called directional picking. And I've qualified there's actually 4 different types of picking. Everyone starts with down picks when you're first picking. Just like when we first start strumming, we don't tend to first start with up strums only. You tend to do down strums, and as a default, it's quite a punk thing. So you use like down strums all the time. That's where people start. It's more economical to use downs and ups. And if you're picking on one string, we call that alternate picking. Just whatever note. Whatever note you play, just pick it with a down and up motion, no matter what the rhythm is as well, is that kind of idea. So that's alternate picking. We then have directional picking and also economy picking. Now, yesterday, I couldn't actually give a good enough reason or a difference between directional and economy picking. So I actually had to do a little bit of research myself, and I have got the difference now, like a dictionary definition. Because directional picking moves in the direction of the next string you're going to pick. So it's what Satiris was doing, which is perfect. And then when it stays on one string, you just use alternate picking. So what's the difference between that and economy picking? The difference, I believe, or I've researched, is that directional picking's something that you can do on the fly and requires no pre-planning. Economy picking, something that is pre-planned, worked out to use the absolute economy of motion of the picking hand, no matter what's being played. You just work it out to have minimum movement and pure economy of movement, which makes sense. But from without the pre-planned, not pre-planned thing, directional and economy are kind of one and the same thing. There's not enough of a difference for people to really get a handle on it, and that is the one that we're going to get a handle on. We also had a question from Matt. Hello, Matt. He's Deafman Blues on Instagram. Give him a follow. Literally a wonderful guy who has some hearing issues that he clearly admits to, because his Instagram's called Deafman Blues, and is kicking ass at learning guitar. He's currently learning the lift forever solo and doing really well with it. Loads of rock riffs, loads of strumming. And he asked about scar strumming, which we're going to be looking at in the main lesson. We're just going to be doing that on the website only. Let me check in with some members now on the website. And just to let you guys know, we've got Alan with us, we've got Heather, we've got Colin, Barry, Michael, and Martine. Guys, I'm currently streaming as well on YouTube, but I'm going to be stopping that in about 5 minutes. Everyone watching on the website, what techniques would you like me to be picking apart? We've got scar strumming for Matt. I've got some planning that we're going to be doing where we'll be looking at fretting notes, strumming, and then picking. But let's get some song examples in here from you guys. Where's your technique? Where do you feel your technique's letting you down? And what songs would you like us to look at? So Alan, Heather, Colin, Barry, Michael, Martine, and Rory, and anyone else watching, because I believe, let me double check. We have, if I'm on the live stream here, we've got 11 people watching on the website. You guys let me know. And that's the infinite, the infinite void when we do that. Hi, Paul. How are you doing? Let us know a song request. Let me double check on YouTube here. We've got some questions here. Noel says your lesson about guitar weaving was very interesting. He says, thanks, Andy. Thank you so much. We got Captain Skello with us on here. Please show amp settings on Boss Katana for Oasis, because I can never get the right tone if you get a spare minute. I promise you, I did use my Boss Katana for the most recent, that Oasis top 10 ever. And I promise you, all the EQ was at neutral, and the gain was at about 1 p.m., 2 p.m. kind of there. And it was on the brown sound setting. And this is a Boss Katana 100. Now, the overdrive sounds on the Boss Katana 100 versus the 50 watt versus the other ones do sound a bit different. And this is a generation 1 as well. They actually have better ones out now. I believe they're pushing the generation 3. But what really makes a difference with making any amp just sound amazing is what you put into it. An amp's only going to sound as good as what you're putting into it. And yes, that means your fingers, but it also means the guitar itself. Now, this is probably the closest guitar that I have to Noel Gallagher's, any of Noel Gallagher's 355 or the Epiphone semi-acoustics that he has, because this is a semi-acoustic guitar. It's an electric guitar. It plugs in. It has 2 pickups, which you can clearly see, humbucking pickups, which means they're thicker than the single coil that you might find on a Strat. And this, what can I say about this? It's semi-acoustic, or semi-hollow body, we call it, because it has a block of wood in the middle, but then above and below that is hollowed out. So I can stick my fingers in these holes, right? Which means when you strum it, it's actually pretty loud and quite acoustic. It has acoustics to it. It is not an acoustic guitar. This is an electro-acoustic, because this also plugs in that hole there. This has a microphone and a pickup in it, which kind of blends the sound of that sound. There it goes. So yeah, super handy. But the biggest thing, I keep saying the biggest thing, don't I? I shouldn't do that. Let's put that back there to be safe. This has just had some new pickups in it. I went for PAF or PAF style pickups, which also have coil tapping, which means I can pull out this switch and press it back in. But PAF style pickups, these are from a local company to me called OG Pickups, like OGEE Pickups. And yes, run by a guy called Ollie. And that's got this guitar sounding absolutely fantastic. I can give you a quick whirl of this, but it's not going to sound like tremendous. It never sounds tremendous on the live. So let's have a look at this. So my Oasis setting, brown sound setting, gain at about 2 o'clock. There you go. Don't want to play too much more of that, otherwise I'll get kicked off for copyright strike stuff. But yeah, loads more amp setting stuff on the website, so that it sounds a little better. I'm going to stay to acoustic today. Let's check in with some more comments. Newsy says, you are the first person I learnt guitar from. You are so talented. Well, you're so kind, let's be honest. Hey, Andy, it's James Craig. I need to learn how to play Reptilia by the Strokes. Where did that lesson get you to, and where did you struggle with that one, James? That's Reptilia. That's Reptilia. Charlie says, could you make a tutorial on Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis, please? I've done one. I've done a couple, but check out the one that also has the live band performance. I can't really do a lot more than that, can I? Literally showing you how to play it on acoustic guitar, electric guitar with the solo and everything, and then play it along to a band and show you where I put my fingers. Just give it a search, man. It's on YouTube. Samarat says, hi Andy, been following you for 7 years, learnt a lot from you, left from India. Mo says, maybe you are a Man City fan. No, for my sins, I'm a Barnsley FC fan because I'm from Barnsley. No problem, guys. Lovely stuff. Good to see everything ticking over there. Paul was watching me on YouTube and then reminded me we were on. Yes, I'll be stopping that in 1 second. I just want to let everyone on YouTube know that this is something that I do. I wanted to get this set up yesterday, but I couldn't figure out the simultaneous cast on yesterday. So I'm doing it today. Also going live Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week, 6 p.m. UK time. Barry says, hi Barry, how you doing, man? Fretting technique, getting a string to ring out when I'm holding down a chord, which involves string 6. So something like the old F bar chords or minor bar chords, or even playing those bar chords like this, which I know a lot of people were looking at when I did my little this kind of technique. This got a lot of heat on the old comments, I believe on TikTok actually. This is how you can fret an F minor, but you can also play that with the thumb, third finger, little finger, middle, and then the first finger just being flat over the thinnest 2 strings for an F major. You guys see that? Let's have a look. And then F minor. I heard you say. That'd be right. Getting A string, like not A string, getting the A string. What's wrong with the A string there? That's a third finger issue, Barry. Any particular song, any particular chord progression? It's all about being specific. When we look at the details of stuff, it's all about the specific song situation. So we can look at that. Any other song suggestions from you guys watching in the membership on the website? I've only got Scar stuff and then Barry with his A string ringing out on root 6 chords so far. Aviation Official says, I'm from Croatia, guitar tour soon. No live stuff planned at the moment. I'm looking to do a virtual tour with live streams, which is why I'm sort of doubling down on the live streams with all this. We got Betty watching us. Great stuff. Hey Andy, do you know how to play Where Is My Mind from Fight Club? No, I've never heard of it. Oh, that one. We've got a full tutorial for that on YouTube, my friend. Just do a search. Andy, did you ever hear the band Wallows? It's amazing. I don't think I have. A chord Mexican Girl Smokey. Is that a song, a band, a description of where you are? I don't know. Christopher Anderson, didn't know you were live. How much have I missed? Not much, Christopher, and I'll be stopping on YouTube in a couple of minutes because I go live every week on my website, which I'm currently live on, just in the membership, which you can try for free. And I'm going to be live there every day this week at this time. Monday to Friday, we're doing this week. We did one yesterday, which is up for rewatch. And I wanted to just go on YouTube to show that this was happening. I tried to go live yesterday on here and it didn't work, but we just did it on the website. The part of the website membership also has a Discord community alongside it where members kind of post videos of themselves. We have open mic Sundays, as we call them, to get feedback, not only from me, but from each other, which is really important because otherwise, if you gain your feedback only from teacher, it's always a bit like, I don't know, teacher knows best, or, you know, it's all right for the teacher because he can do it already. Whereas it's really cool when you can group similar people together that have a similar interest in same music. Some people aren't as good, some people in the middle, some people are really advanced, and they all help each other. It really transforms it alongside, you know, following like something like my courses and stuff like that. My ring finger doesn't seem to obey me. Are there any exercises for improving single finger precision? I'll give you a great one, which you can even do silently. And this is probably where we'll start with the proper technique workshop. If I just give this a little bit of context. Will asks, how much has YouTube changed your life? Closing in on 3 million subscribers. I remember when you're around 200K. Congrats. From 200K to 3 million, it's changed my life remarkably little. By what I mean by that is I was all at 200K, 200,000 subscribers. I was already full-time with guitar teaching, at least, only half on YouTube and half in person. And yeah, it was the 0 to 200K that really changed my life, to be honest with you. Of course, it's one like closing in on 3 million subscribers is pretty outstanding. But yeah, no, I wouldn't say since 200. I've just tried to improve what I do rather than massively changing what I do, haven't I? So yes, we'll just begin the technique stuff, and then I'll leave YouTube and we'll just go for the website. So technique basics, we're kind of going to look at 4 things here. You got the kind of posture, how you hold your guitar in hand position, which really helps. Like if you're struggling with your bar chord, you need to keep your elbow into your side. Otherwise, if your arm's out here, you just can't bar in the correct way. Elbow into the side puts you on the inside of this first finger, really helps. Elbow into the side really helps with like vibrato. Doing that kind of thing and bending the wrist. All should be done with the elbow into the side. String bending. All of that, elbow into the side and twist the wrist. Really important. Some people hold the guitar like this, which is more about shoulder stuff. To be honest, I might end up playing electric and acoustic, like with it more between my legs rather than on one finger, because I do start to get some like shoulder neck stuff here. I'm trying to avoid that because I don't want to change it. But if I ever like have to, like this is a way more comfortable position. For like this shoulder, and there's a reason, like just so you can see that. There's a reason why classical guitarists are kind of like this. It also really helps playing higher up the neck. So any of you guys that are perhaps a little bit older and struggling with shoulder and sometimes just general health stuff, like consider it, because I know it might be kind of a weird ego thing, which I'm still struggling with, but that's absolutely huge. And you can still have that elbow into the side and do all this stuff. We're going to look at strumming stuff. Biggest tip I can give you guys on strumming is if you can't strum something that you're going for, can you tap out the rhythm? as long as you're relaxed and your hands moving, you've got like basic strumming mechanics down. These people that are struggling with any intermediate strumming patterns, like 16th strumming patterns, I don't know, something like anything like that, or I don't know, something like the Who. Like if you want to be able to play that, but you kind of can't, can you go? You know what I mean? Picking, as well as being aware of those 4 picking motions: directional picking, all downs, alternate picking, and economy picking. My picking always improves when I keep the motion as small as possible. And sometimes I forget when the adrenaline's going and I'm playing a song that I enjoy. Excuse me, I've got a cold at the moment. So yeah, especially on the thinnest string, when I used to play like Mizzaloo, Dick Dale's version at least. And when I used to try that on the thinnest string, I was always like fighting it. I was like, why can't I do that? Excuse me. And I just found at the start I had to play really down here to be able to do that fast, rather than here. And I thought that was because the string was moving less. That helped, and it did. But just picking with as small a motion as you possibly can, excuse me, really helps with that. Along with relaxing. That's the best picking one. And fretting, always at this side of the fret rather than at your side of the fret area, almost right on top of it. Beautiful. We'll leave it there on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow, 6 p.m. UK time on the website. And the rest of today's session is available right now on the website, where you keep watching, andyguitar.co.uk/live. If you want to keep watching, start a 10-day trial. You can watch all of this week's live streams for free. Watch every video that I've got on there, and then unsubscribe if you want. That's totally cool with me. That's what the 10-day free trial is there for. But other than that, I will see you in the next video, which will be a Fontaine's DC video. It's going to be really cool. Right, guys, take care on YouTube. Bye-bye. See you next time.